Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, my name is Nurin Diana and my metric number is 8228098. Today, I'll be presenting about the research proposal entitled Entrepreneurial Orientation and Business Performance of Women-Owned Small and Medium Enterprises in Malaysia, Competitive Advantage as a Mediator. As for the background of the study, small and medium enterprises (SMEs) are essential for economic expansion as they provide a foundation for resource mobilization and employment generation through their supply chain. These organizations offer critical support to large organizations and optimize resource allocation. Moreover, entrepreneurial orientation is widely recognized as a critical factor in the success of businesses. Entrepreneurial orientation, which is characterized by proactiveness, risk-taking, and innovativeness, allows companies to develop distinctive products, anticipate future market demands, and participate in high-risk ventures with the potential for substantial returns. Although previous research has illustrated the importance of EO in promoting business expansions, there is a lack of understanding regarding the manner in which competitive advantage influences its correlation with performance. Competitive advantage, which is frequently derived from a firm specific resources, is a critical enabler for firms to surpass their competitors. The objective of this study is to address this research gap by examining the relationship between entrepreneurial orientation, competitive advantage, and business performance in own women business in Malaysia. Next, we move to the problem statement. In Malaysia, women-owned small and medium-sized enterprises (SMEs) are acquiring recognition for their contribution to economic development. Nevertheless, they are operating in challenging environment that is characterized by the pressures of globalization, rapid technological advancements, and intensive competition. Despite the fact that these businesses necessitate strategies to adjust to these changes and capitalize on opportunities, empirical research on the factors that contribute to their success is still scarce. Other than that, existing research on SMEs is largely overlooks the distance obstacles faced by female entrepreneurs, such as gender biases in funding access and societal constraints on the entrepreneurial risk-taking. This gap in research leads to a lack of targeted, actionable strategies that women-owned SMEs can use to improve their performance and competitiveness. The objective of the investigation is to investigate the complex relationship between the entrepreneurial orientation and the business performance of women-owned small and medium enterprises (SMEs) in Malaysia. In particular, it endeavors to address the following questions, which is: number one, what are the levels of entrepreneurial orientation that exist or being practiced among the women-owned small and medium enterprises (SMEs) in Malaysia? The second one is: what are the levels of business performance that exist or being practiced among the women-owned small and medium enterprises (SMEs) in Malaysia? And the third one is: there any relationship exists between of entrepreneurial orientations and business performance as being practices among the women-owned small and medium enterprises (SMEs) in Malaysia? Meanwhile, the primary objective of this investigation is to focus on the dynamic relationship between the entrepreneurial orientation and the business performance of women-owned small and medium enterprises (SMEs) in Malaysia. The following are the intended objective, which is: number one, to identify levels of entrepreneurial orientation that exist or being practiced among the women-owned small and medium enterprises (SMEs) in Malaysia. The second one is to determine levels of business performance that exist or being practiced among the women-owned small and medium enterprises (SMEs) in Malaysia. And last but not least is to examine the relationship between entrepreneurial orientation and business performance as being practiced among the women-owned small and medium enterprises SMEs in Malaysia. The next one is about the scope and limitation of the study. The study faced several limitations that should be addressed in future research. First, the sample size was relatively small and the low response rates from the male survey method further limited the generalizability of the findings. Consequently, the study may not be fully representative of women-owned SMEs in Malaysia. Second, reliance on self-reported performance data may introduce bias and reduce accuracy. The use of objective performance performance measures in this future research could help address this limitation and enhance the reliability of the findings. Third, the study used a cross-sectional design which does not capture changes over time or establish cause and effect relationship. A longitudinal design would offer more insight into the dynamic nature of the relationship between the variables studied. And the last one is variables were treated as unidimensional, which may oversimplify their nature. A multidimensional approach could provide deeper insight. Next is the significance of the study. The results of this investigation are potentially beneficial to a variety of stakeholders such as contribution to academic literature. The investigation broadens the theoretical framework of entrepreneurial orientation by analyzing its impact on a business performance from the perspective of competitive advantage. This study offers a new insight into the mechanism that mediate the impact of entrepreneurial orientation on firm success, thereby contributing to a more comprehensive understanding of SMEs' performance, despite the fact that previous research has emphasized the impact of entrepreneurial orientation on the firm's success. Next is practical implication women entrepreneurs. In Malaysia, women entrepreneurs encounter distinctive obstacles when competing in dynamic markets. This research offers practical strategies for utilizing entrepreneurial orientation and establishing competitive advantage to improve performance. Other than that, policy development and support programs. The result can be employed by government agencies and policymakers to develop support programs that are specifically tailored to women entrepreneurs. Resources, including mentorship, funding, and training, can be customized to facilitate the success of women-owned SMEs by comprehending the critical role of entrepreneurial orientation and business performance based on competitive advantage. And last but not least is economic impact. Not only does improving their performance support the success of individual businesses, but it also contributes to a broader economic development and social equity. This research offers valuable insight that can assist these businesses in surmounting obstacles, thereby enhancing their economic resilience and enabling them to participate more actively in the market. Next is the significance of the study. The results of this investigation are potentially beneficial to a variety of stakeholders such as contribution to academic literature. The investigation broadens the theoretical framework of entrepreneurial orientation by analyzing its impact on a business performance from the perspective of competitive advantage. This study offers a new insight into the mechanism that mediate the impact of entrepreneurial orientation on firm success, thereby contributing to a more comprehensive understanding of SMEs' performance, despite the fact that previous research has emphasized the impact of entrepreneurial orientation on the firm's success. Next is practical implication women entrepreneurs. In Malaysia, women entrepreneurs encounter distinctive obstacles when competing in dynamic markets. This research offers practical strategies for utilizing entrepreneurial orientation and establishing competitive advantage to improve performance. Other than that, policy development and support programs. The result can be employed by government agencies and policymakers to develop support programs that are specifically tailored to women entrepreneurs. Resources, including mentorship, funding, and training, can be customized to facilitate the success of women-owned SMEs by comprehending the critical role of entrepreneurial orientation and business performance based on competitive advantage. And last but not least is economic impact. Not only does improving their performance support the success of individual businesses, but it also contributes to a broader economic development and social equity. This research offers valuable insight that can assist these businesses in surmounting obstacles, thereby enhancing their economic resilience and enabling them to participate more actively in the market.
Or EO is the outcome variable in our study and the critical drivers of a firm's success. It consists of three key dimensions: innovativeness, proactiveness, and risk-taking. Innovativeness focuses on fostering creativity and introducing new ideas, essential for entrepreneurship to achieve. Proactiveness reflects to a forward-thinking approach where firms anticipate future opportunities and act decisively to create positive change. Lastly, risk-taking involves a firm's willingness to make bold moves like entering uncertain markets or investing in untested ventures. Miller and Bromley 1990 highlight that BP is influenced by how organizations manage risk-taking and align strategies with internal and external conditions. Their work suggests that firms balancing opportunities and risk can achieve better outcomes. Zara 1991 further connects BP to entrepreneurial orientation, innovation, and adaptability. Firms that prioritize innovation and proactive strategies are more likely to achieve sustained success. BP is essentially the degree to which a business meets its strategic goals by leveraging resources effectively and adapting to changing conditions. Rosli Mahmood and Nur Shafiza Hanafi 2013 emphasized the importance of integrating internal capabilities with external dynamics, supporting the resource-based view to maximize performance. In recent years, Malaysia has prioritized entrepreneurship and innovation through government initiative, economic reforms, and the growth of a vibrant startup ecosystem. Significant advancement in entrepreneurial education have also been made, particularly by enhancing vocational education through structured guidelines. Competitive advantage plays a vital role in this context, defined as a business ability to achieve superior performance by leveraging unique resources and capabilities. In Malaysia, CA is particularly significant, encompassing innovation, adaptability, and responsiveness, essential elements for navigating dynamic markets. In this study, CA refers to the unique positioning and strength that enable business to outperform competitors. This slide highlights the independent orientation theory or EOT, which focuses on three key dimensions: innovation, risk-taking, and proactiveness. These dimensions collectively define a business strategic posture and ability to adapt, innovate, and seize opportunities. In Malaysia, independent education and innovation are prioritized through government initiative, economic reforms, and vocational education. EOT is essential for business aiming to sustain a competitive edge in the market. By adopting an entrepreneurial practice, business can pursue new ventures, overcome challenges, and achieve superior performance. EO emphasizes adopting innovation, taking calculated risks, and actively engaging in market opportunities to thrive strategically and operationally. Research-based view, or RBV, introduced by Barney in 1991, which highlights that a firm's internal resources and capabilities are key drivers of sustained competitive advantage. Resources are classified into three categories: tangible assets like machinery and capital, intangible assets such as brand reputation, and human resources like employee expertise. For resources to provide an advantage, they must meet the VRIO criteria: being valuable, rare, inimitable, and organized. RBV enables firms to utilize their internal strengths to sustain competitive advantage. However, it is sometimes required to emphasizing internal factors while overlooking external industry dynamics. This slide highlights the relationship between independent orientation (EO) and two key variables: business performance (BP) and competitive advantage (CA). For EO and BP, firms with high EO characterized by innovation, risk-taking, and proactiveness are better positioned to innovate, seize market opportunities, and take strategic risks. This leads to improved financial outcomes like profitability and revenue growth, as well as non-financial benefits such as market share and customer satisfaction. However, this relationship can be influenced by factors like industry context and external conditions. For EO and CA, EO fosters competitive advantage by enabling firms to differentiate through innovation, address untapped market opportunities via risk-taking, and respond swiftly to customer needs through proactiveness. EO helps create unique, hard-to-imitate resources and strategies, sustaining a competitive edge. The hypothesis emphasizes the positive influence of EO on both business performance and competitive advantage. This framework examines the relationship between independent orientation (EO), competitive advantage (CA), and business performance (BP). EO, our dependent variables, reflects a firm's innovativeness, proactiveness, and risk-taking. BP, the independent variable, represents outcomes like market share, growth, and profitability. CA acts as a mediator defined by unique resources and capabilities that give a firm a competitive edge. Grounded in the resource-based view and independent orientation theory, the framework proposed that EO enhance BP directly and through CA.
There are three main parts in research methodology, which is research paradigm, research method, and research design. As we can see here, the research paradigm of this research follows a positivism paradigm, as it emphasizes objective measurement and the testing of hypotheses using quantitative data. Meanwhile, for the research method, this study employs a quantitative research method using a survey questionnaire to collect data from women-owned small businesses of SMEs in Malaysia. And for the research design, this study adopts a cross cross-sectional research, which is using quantitative data, descriptive and correlational design that collecting data at a single point in time to examine relationship between entrepreneurs' orientation, competitive advantage, and business performance. And as for the following, the planned data for analysis is shown according to our research proposal article.
This study makes three key theoretical contributions. First, it highlights entrepreneur orientation (EO) as a strategic contributor by elaborating on its dimensions, innovativeness, proactiveness, and risk-taking. Second, it underscores the mediating role of competitive advantage (CA), which partly explains the link between EO and business performance. Finally, the study focuses on women-owned SMEs, providing valuable insight for policymakers and stakeholders to support women's entrepreneurship globally. By addressing these areas, the research bridged a significant gap in understanding EO's impact on small business success. It emphasized the importance of leveraging unique resources to achieve competitive positioning. This focus has practical implications for empowering women entrepreneurs and driving sustainable growth in SMEs. This study highlights the positive relationship between entrepreneur orientation (EO) and business performance, emphasizing the strategic importance of EO dimensions, innovativeness, proactiveness, and risk-taking in driving firm success. The findings further validate that competitive advantage serve as a partial mediator, strengthening the impact of EO on performance by leveraging unique resources and capabilities. Moreover, the results demonstrate reliability and consistency, offering robust evidence that support the theoretical framework. This insight not only enrich the understanding of EO and CA but also provide us a solid foundation for future research and practical application in entrepreneurial strategies.